Welcome to Agriculture Science 465, a class taught at Montana State University by Florence Dunkel.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Coleman, do you want to tell us what you're doing sort of as you do it?
Already written. Sure.
Okay.
We basically, as I understand it, is trying to keep track of how you search for your sources for your paper. So you're going to list where you looked. If you go to JSTOR or whatever, the ones that are available through the MSU library, the ones that I don't really use, but you got your database, keywords. And then you've got the number of hits.
Basically, kind of beginning your search, and you just want to, get some information. Over here, it's saying it's giving me 3,402 results, so that's going to go under, how many hits you have, like Coleman was explaining. Click into here, and it's going to give you all this, and it'll either give you a PDF that you can download right off the internet, or it's going to give you it'll give you a way to find the article one way or another. And also, if anyone is struggling, feel free to let me know, because I definitely did, and the librarians are so helpful. I learned how to enter library loan, because a lot of these articles you won't be able to get, and so once you learn how to do that, you basically give the article and the year and the author to the interlibrary loan, which you can do right on MSU's website, and within 2 days, one of the libraries in the country that MSU's partnered with will send you that article.
Okay. Let's just go right into the full text, and maybe we'll do some things with that full text right now. Okay. So this is a peer-reviewed journal article. So help me with the advice I'm going to give. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're advanced or not advanced in any particular thing in this class. This is the class where we're going to take all of our knowledge, and you're going to all leave with at least basic knowledge.
This is where you get really good at it.
All right. Yeah, just scroll down a little bit. The introduction will give you an overview. It'll tell you what's going to be important. Okay, so Ned is drawing this diagram that I use to explain all of the research that you're doing, your entire research paper.
Okay, so the little bean is your hypothesis, and then the large, more encompassing bean is the little X's are the sources that you find, and I guess the closer they are to this river, as Florence called it, will be the ones that you want to include in your paper, and so they'll be essentially the closest and most relevant to your hypothesis. And so these ones might have something that you're looking for, but the ones that are closer will be the ones that you want to use.
Mm-hmm. The ones that are closer are called the keystone articles. And that big bean is actually the universe of work that you're adding to. And when Jack read this paper, this intro, he said, yes, that is. Now, the next one, the next part of an article to read that I prefer is the abstract. Then take a look at the abstract. If you're not completely turned off, then take a look at the results and maybe the discussion. Articles get published out of this class, as you know. It takes a long time, but they do. So this is kind of the exciting part. Remember, you're putting things together that haven't been put together before. And more important, you're putting them together for the assistance of a specific community who's asked you about something they want assistance with. All right. Obviously, don't start at I'm advising not to start at the abstract, to go for the intro first. You're going to be putting in and quoting, citing probably 25 minimum. This is a substantial research paper. When you do this, now, you all are in more of an electronic age than I am, but this is my job, this is my work. I think this is the first year I've been 50-50 teaching and research. It just happened, I think, a month ago. But most of my years, maybe been either 100% research or 80 or 70. So this is my advice. That's what I would do, is print these out, take a yellow marker and mark out the things that you really want to go back to, maybe cite or maybe some methods. Some of you are looking for methods. I just don't want you to be turned off by some of the methods. Some of these articles are big sleepers. You know, really hard to read. I have a set of binders, and I just need to know when you're ready to see them. So many of the articles you'll find, if they're before September 2011, I probably haven't printed out already. And yeah, so we need to do this together. I need to bring in those binders into my office, so when you come now, this next week, we need to do a sign-up. Okay, anything else that we want to say just about the searching and the matrix?
We're turning in a matrix, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, that'll be basically a big part of like your table of contents. You know, it'll sort of, they'll work
And that's just the
together.
articles that we use.
No, even more than that are. Now, let's go to the score sheet. This is literally what I attach to your paper when I grade it. And, you know, this table is something that I really want to see. Like next time you come into your mentor meeting, I'm hoping that you bring your matrix. Okay, let's go in-text citation first, Chris.
Then at the end of the sentence would be the author's last name and the page number. But if you use like multiple articles from the same author, then it's the last name and the year of publication and the page number.
Yeah,
I've
there's,
heard different.
let me just, every time you write something for the public, and you are writing for the public, there's an editor. There's either an editor of a journal or a book or a monograph or something like that. They have their own format. And so the format, there's no universal format for everything. Every editor is different. How would you do that in this sentence? How would you use it?
How would we cite?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it's more than one person, like this one is Nicholson and Petrov, 2003. It's like you described to us, or maybe it would just be Campbell et al. 1988.
Okay. What are some things that you're going to need to figure out?
It's the growing season, things like lifestyle patterns.
The growing season of what?
Like the crops that insects feed.
What crops?
Cotton. What was the other ones?
I mean, there's tons of them.
Yeah, there's lots of different.
Millet, sorghum, cowpeas. What they feed, I mean, imagine they all feed on different things.
Yeah.
What type of forage is just general around there, I guess.
So the reason you're doing the calendar is to figure out when crops are going to begin to be available, okay? And when the crunch time of the worst part of the hunger season is going to be.
Originally, Taylor and I wanted to have pictures up top, but Florence kind of decided that we should have the scale up top. Because initially we were going to do, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we were going to have either a recipe or a nutrition label on this day and this day. And then we were going to do the scale throughout the week.
Back up. We need to even find out whether calendars are being used. Okay. So what this picture up here could be.
Well, now we're moving the scale up there. Originally, we were going to have traditional pictures, and we were going to try and incorporate like the basketball team, stuff like that. So, you know, images of that kind of promoted health.
Community too.
But now this is just getting moved up here, so we're going to extend this side out a little, and maybe just have smaller pictures over here.
You know, this is a big spot up here. You could have both that scale of that you were thinking about, as well as something else. The scale would take up maybe a small amount of space. Actually, the calendar
Well, we were initially going
is
to have
double this size.
I mean, how big is this thing?
an old calendar.
2 8.5 by 11 sheets. It's basically this size. There's a picture up here,
Yeah.
and there's the calendar 1 month here with squares for writing in each day.
One thing that, I don't know, most of the reason why I even look at calendars is because it's something that's totally aesthetic and graphical that I want to look at. I'm just thinking from my perspective, if somebody gave me a calendar that's nutritionally based. One thing I've seen that was interesting, I was in Hawaii last year, and this was for a community health campaign, but it was basically an ad in a paper that was half surf tips and half personal sexual health. And it was like one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. Make sure that you integrate some of the community and where you're at in the context in a good way. So I think that would be really key to a calendar. If you're going to try to get at nutrition, how can you link it together with the social context of it's like health and nutrition and sports? Yeah. But like kind of you're talking like action shots, like
Yeah.
We were hoping for
that.
but
I think that part of it's
Just
like
simply-
wanting to put it in your house because the more excited you can get people about it, the more it's going to be seen and the more people will see it.
we're hoping to get a hold of Zona.
Yes, that's right. That would be.
She'd have a ton of basketball stuff.
Yeah.